OMG. Padme, have you seen this new game?
On PC? On PC, right?
You underestimate my power!
Star Wars Hunters is an upcoming free-to-play multiplayer 4v4 hero arena shooter game, developed by Zynga, and is available for pre-registration on the website now. It will be released for iOS, Android, and Nintendo Switch in 2023. This game explores the exhilarating world of Star Wars and joins the ranks of the galaxy's most skilled hunters on the planet Vespara. Battlefields currently in the game are Ewok Village, based on the forest moon of Endor. The Ridge. It's based on the sands of Tatooine. Vast open spaces allow for a wide variety of options to plan for your strategy. Use jump pads to move across the dusty plains quickly. The Gauntlet is a battlefield that features several challenging traps that hunters strategically use to avoid being damaged and or intentionally damage their enemies. We have Survivor Salvage. This battlefield is a hybrid map in which the first half features a heavily wooded section of the forest moon Endor. The second half of this dual biome is reminiscent of the aftermath of the iconic conflict on the planet Hoth. Mos Espa Pod Race. Hunters will have to be fast on the feet to dodge pod racers as they come screeching through the battlefield, scatter and eliminate players while evading opponents who could fling them off sheer drops and well-timed blows. Gorax Hunt. The objective in this map is all in the title. It's a hunt. Escort a giant harpoon through Tatooine to the forest of Endor in pursuit of the fabled Gorax. Dune Sea Outpost. This arena recreates an abandoned trading post on Tatooine. Engage in third-person combat across adventurous battlegrounds and play from 4 different game modes. We have Hut Ball. Enter the high-octane arena and battle alongside your team to control the ball and score goals. We have Control Mode. Dominate the arena by defeating your enemies and taking control of the objective. Escort. Test your team's defense and attack skills as they work together to safely escort the payload. Squad Brawl. Basically team deathmatch, first team to reach 20 eliminations. Select from a diverse range of tactical hunters and tailor them to your liking with 3 different classes. Damage. Inflicting a barrage of heavy attacks, damage characters are their opponent's biggest threats. Support. Usually healing and helping out their squad during a match, support characters are critical in keeping the battle going longer. Usually they heal. Tank. Hard to overpower. Tank characters always assert their dominance in their arena as they take on opponents and keep their team from harm. Every hunter has their own signature weapons, 3 abilities, 1 ultimate, and a passive. We're going to go through all the hunters and explain their abilities so you're ready for a global launch. Feel free to skip anywhere in the chapters if you just want to know specific characters. Let's talk about the damage class. We have Sentinel. Sentinel carries a heavy weapon that deals high damage, laying waste to enemies with overwhelming fire. His signature weapon is an E-Web heavy repeater. Sentinel has taken down many rebels with his modified E-Web repeater and is locked and loaded to relive the glory days of Empire. The 3 abilities are the Combat Shield, where you can deploy a small shield on the barrel of your weapon. Suppressing Fire. Suppressing Fire allows you to fire a volley of slowing shots. Barrel Slam. Knock back nearby enemies with the barrel of your weapon and stun them. Sentinel's passive. When standing still, your accuracy increases. Next we have Amara Vex. She is a signature blaster rifle. A blaster for hire, but now that the blaster has a new purpose, Amara Vex will be using her trusty custom A280 blaster rifle to rise to the top of the arena. You can't run and you certainly can't hide from Amara Vex. With different assets to track and eliminate her enemies, Vex is a threat to anybody in the arena. She has a grapple to get to high ledges at a distance. She has a tracking scan. Reveal nearby enemies to you and your squad, allowing you to see them through objects. The next ability is the Missile Launcher. You get to launch a high damage explosive micro missile that tracks your target. Ultimate is the Seeker Salvo. Fire a continuous barrage of rockets which seek enemies you can see. Passive is enhanced targeting. Identify low health enemies and increase your blaster damage against them. The next damage hunter is Rieve. She's a dark side assassin and her signature weapon is a lightsaber. The origins of Rieve's red lightsaber are unknown, but rumors swirl in the arena about where it could have come from. The rumors never make it above a whisper because Rieve's deadlines with her lightsaber is known all too well. Rieve's ability is quick, agile, and powerful. Her abilities are Ruthless Pursuit. Dash forward and make a wide, highly damaging slash at the end. The Vicious Leap. Leap forward towards an enemy, dealing damage where you land. Lightsaber throw. Throw your lightsaber forward and pull it back using the force, damaging any enemy it hits. Her ultimate is Crushing Will. Use the power of the force to stun enemies around you, pulling them towards you and dealing damage. Her passive is Wild Defense. Reflexively deflect blaster fires, sending the bolt away in a random direction. Next we have J3DI. The signature weapon is a powerful lightsaber for a powerful Jedi. J3DI wields his blue lightsaber with the grace and precision of an expert swordsman, laying waste to his enemies beneath his devastating blade. J3DI uses his lightsaber and simulated force abilities to dominate enemies. His data bank of Jedi wisdom also helps him keep an edge on opponents. His abilities: Fox Pull. Fire out your fist to pull an enemy towards you, stunning them as you grab them. And we have Deflecting Stance. Use your lightsaber to block melee hits and deflect blaster fire back towards the attacker. Overhead Strike. Lift your lightsaber above your head and bring it down in a powerful two-handed strike. His ultimate is Whirlwind. Hold your lightsaber out and spin from the waist, damaging all enemies around you. Passive moves is Spare Parts. As you take damage, you shed spare parts, which you can pick up to heal yourself. Next we have Utooni. It's a Jawa scavenger. The signature weapon is Pulse Blaster and Arc Caster. 2 weapons for 2 Jawas. Utooni's Pulse Blaster will send enemies flying, while their Arc Caster will give them an nasty shock. Utooni has the ability to switch between the Pulse Blaster and the Arc Caster. He keeps his enemies on their toes, never knowing what kind of damage the Jawa brothers will inflict next. Utooni's abilities is Switcheroo. Switch between Pulse Blaster and Arc Caster. Then they have Hands Off. Knock back and damage enemies in a cone in front of you. Also knocks you back. Imploder. Throw an imploder which damages enemies and pulls them towards it for a short time. Their ultimate is the Scrap Canyon. Assemble and pilot the Scrap Canyon, unleashing a highly damaging beam for a short time. Passive is Surprise! Drop a sonic grenade when you're eliminated. We also have a Mandalorian Vanguard coming soon. In the tank section we have Grozz, a Wookiee juggernaut. His signature weapon is Improvised Clubs. Grozz's clubs pack quite a punch. Grozz likes to barrel his way into fights with force, focusing on a single enemy to do maximum damage. His tough hide allows him to take quite a beating before needing to retreat. His abilities is Stampede. Charge forward, grabbing the first enemy you hit. Hitting a wall deals high damage to that enemy. Frenzy. Increase your attack speed, dealing high damage in front of you. And War Cry. Emit a terrifying war cry to restore your health. His ultimate is Boulder Bash. Rip up the ground and throw a boulder which bounces around, stunning and damaging enemies. Passive move: Staggering Blows. Enemies you hit are slowed for a short duration. The next tank we have is Slingshot. He's a droideka speedster. Signature weapon is a twin blaster cannon. Dizzy is the one piloting his droideka. He also modded it, so if another hunter puts a scratch on it, they're gonna get flat. Known for both durability and speed, Slingshot can plow through enemies and use their stomp attack to squash them flat. Slingshot's abilities is Trick Shot. Catapult forward and knock enemies aside. Hold the charge up for a greater range and damage. Unstable Shield. Surround yourself with a shield which explodes when broken, damaging nearby enemies. Scatter Boom. Sweep the ground in front of you with a hail of micro rockets. The ultimate is Rocket Stomp. Repeatedly jump up and slam down, damaging and slowing enemies around you as you hit the ground. Passive move is Rollout. When unshielded and out of combat, you roll at a high speed, knocking enemies back on contact. For support, we have Sproket. We have a Mon Calamari Prodigy. His signature weapon is Blaster Remotes. Don't be fooled, these are no training droids. Hunters will have to be faster on their feet to outrun Sproket's modded blaster remotes. His abilities are Targeting Droid. Send a targeting droid to mark and reveal a single enemy. Mark enemies take more damage. Medical Droid. Deploy a droid which heals nearby allies. Hold to place the droid further away. Blaster Turret. Deploy a turret which shoots nearby enemies. Hold to place the turret further away. His ultimate is a Drone Swarm. Attach drones to all hunters in range. Drones reveal and mark enemies and reduce damage taken by allies. Passive: Overclock. Medical Droid and Blaster Turret are boosted for a short time after being deployed. The next support is Skora. Signature weapon is a Dark Gun. It's a weapon as tricky as its wielder. Skora's Dark Gun could help her allies or hurt her enemies. Skora prowls around the fringes of the battlefield, healing allies and damaging enemies with her multi-purpose dart gun. Her abilities help give teammates an edge in every fight, while she maintains a safe distance from combat. Her abilities are adrenaline boosts, temporarily increase your movement speed and become immune to traps, stuns, and slows. Stim Shot. Provide temporary health to targeted ally with special stim dart. Quickfire reaction. Temporarily fire darts at a much faster rate to quickly heal squad mates or damage enemies. Passive move, self-heal. Automatically heal yourself when out of combat. Her ultimate is Unstable Cocktail. Throw a large canister creating a pool which heals allies and damages enemies. The last on the list is Zaina. She's a rebel war hero. Her signature weapon is Blaster Pistol. Zaina is not just about support. Her custom DL-44 blaster pistol saw action in the Rebellion and will see even more in the arena. Zaina understands that her team is everything. She zips in and out of combat and heals her allies, while also getting in plenty of shots of the enemy before making her retreat. Her ability is the Bacta Bomb. Throw a Bacta Bomb at your feet and release a burst of healing of Bacta. Dodge Roll. Roll in the direction you're looking to quickly dodge incoming attacks. Sticky Bomb. Throw a bomb which sticks to enemies or objects, then explodes. Her ultimate is Rallying Cry. Let out a defiant yell, giving nearby allies a significant amount of temporary health. Her passive is Combat Medic. Increased healing on allies with critical health. Which hunter are you gonna make? Subscribe!